turned out to be a nice stealth camp in a pinch. Not posted. Far enough away I've got cover. No tracks. Which to me means it's not a special property to whoever might own it. So it's going to be a great day. Spotless camp. Good camp. Rough country. That's the Shell station I showed you last night. I'll go there and score some coffee. Look for the sheriff. I got word this morning my dad is in the hospital with chest pains. All my siblings are there. He's 89. And they wanted to do a stress test, and he's been through so much of this for so many years. He said, no, I'm not doing it. Let nature take its course, and I think that is very courageous of my father. So, give him some prayers that whatever's supposed to happen will. Which it will anyway. It's all good. I got money stashed at home, and my sister will buy me a ticket and fly me home out of Knoxville if Dad was to pass away. But he loves his football and his basketball. He could hang in there if he's not in pain all the time. And, you know, no more surgery. He had a sextuple bypass a decade ago. So I'm just wishing him well, and I know that if I mention it to you, you will too. So thank you. Sausage biscuit. No, this is the bacon biscuit. I got one of each because it was buy one get one free. Rigged my light because of the these two are dead. Bought two yesterday at Walmart and they were both dead. I had to take them right back. So I got to get some AAAs. I would guess those tracks are possum, because a cat would not put up with muddy paws like that. Right across. Ooh. Let me know what you think. Not a dog. A dog can't climb. This is interesting. I got here and I had stealth camped up in there. See, that was perfect on that old road. But then I see these two semis over here. No. Nope, not enough cover. And so I was very fortunate to find what I did. We're in bear country now. I think I'm 20 miles from the Tennessee-Kentucky border. I'm excited about that. I'll cross it today. And so I got a knife, a big one instead of my box cutter. On the advice of the hunter I met, Charlie, he said, no, get yourself a gun. With the meth problem out in the rural areas, he said that's one of the reasons he takes it. The other is because he doesn't want to be surrounded by a pack of coyotes and not have any way to stop them. Same with bear. And I'd have to get an out-of-state permit. I don't want to do that. I don't want to spend the money. I'd rather have a nice GoPro than a handgun. But he showed me his, and that thing was hefty. It was like 5 pounds of solid metal. And so I'm not going to do that. I made it all the way through the Upper Peninsula and back. They got 700 wolves. They got 1 bear per square mile, and all I had was a knife. a fillet knife. And in my video where the bear got my food bag, I had a similar knife out. It's 6-inch blade, fillet knife. And, if it came to hand-to-hand combat, which it probably never would, I would have some recourse. I read a story about a guy in Appalachia where he was walking home and it got dark and he still wasn't home. So it's pitch black, no moon, dark night, and he runs right into a bear on the trail. And the bear tries to take him out, and he fought that bear and he bit off his nose and the bear ran away. So he came back to town with the bear's nose as his trophy. So they're not invincible. Not that I'm going to mess with any of them. I'll treat them just like I always have, which is don't show fear. They pick up on that. And most of the time, they're skittering out of the way when I get a glimpse of a bear. I haven't seen one on this trip, but I expect I might because I'm going into some heavy wilderness. And so I'm hopeful it'll be a good day. Now I'm going back the other way in daylight, and you can see the line of cars over there is what I thought. Beyond that, I could camp and not be seen from the road. There's the school, the local school. It's back in session. And this is a nice downhill. And my brakes, my rear brakes that I adjusted are working just fine. That's great. My front brakes are a little bit sloppy, so I'll do that a little later. I got the stopping power now. Look at that road. I got to push up it. Not much shoulder. A little dicey. But look at this creative use of the landscape. I love it. Let's put some of our inventory underneath that rock ledge. Yes, it might collapse. So let's not put anything of great value. Look at that spire right there. I wonder how that thing forms. Williamsburg. I'm in my shirt sleeves again, and after this push up the hill, I bet you I'll have broken a sweat. And talking with my parents in Michigan, it's cold and snow on the ground and icy and Alright, so got this light out, this light out, this light not performing well, and I don't have any backup batteries. I can't be caught on the road with no light at all, so I went to the local butcher's market and I found this, which runs on AA's, which I have plenty of, and this is AA's. So now I'm switching them out. They're rigged with Gorilla Tape, some kind of a way to keep that on the back of my bicycle, but also have it detachable, and I can change the batteries because it opens here. This is a tarp clip I got, and I keep for emergencies, and this is one, so I'm just gonna tighten it around the Gorilla Tape, and then I'm gonna tie it to the back of my backpack like this somehow, and then I've got 25 lumens and I've got plenty of backup battery power. I don't think that's going to fall off because of the Gorilla Tape. So part of the fun is traveling this way, is improvising. I'm feeling really strong today after a big day, and I scored that perfect secluded stealth camp last night. Perfect timing. Anyway. Oh, also, relax about my dad. They sent him home. He doesn't have pneumonia and he doesn't want to do a stress test. So good for my dad. He'll be all right. See, it's not breezy today. Two drifters off to see the world. Such a lot of world to see. The square knot is left over right. And right over left. It's not the best knot. That's what I'm tying. Doesn't make a square knot. It's really bad for the slip cordage. Booyah! Now she's all rigged back up. So am I. Had some coffee. Talk to the owner in there. I don't want to put strange people on camera because I think they're a little afraid of me when they hear I'm going to Florida. The coolest thing was when you talk to people, you learn a lot of stuff. This place is called Butch's. I said, "Are you Butch?" And he said, "No, Butch sold out 20 years ago. He was like a dad to me. Now, people keep thinking I'm his son." I said, "What'd he do when he sold out?" "He moved to Key West." He was widowed and he got a nice, pretty young bride, and they travel the world, and he's not fishing. I said, "He got a big fishing boat?" No, he just goes where he wants to. That's really cool. I go where I want to too. Almost to the Tennessee-Kentucky line. Won't be sad to leave Kentucky. Maybe Tennessee has a better spec for shoulders on their roads. I don't know. I'm still in the poverty zone big time. And if I had some fine fighting cocks, I'd put them right out there in the front lawn. Yes, I would. Starting to get dark. Found this little access to the train tracks off a busy road with no shoulder, a few miles from the Tennessee border. See, one train came by as I was trying to select a stealth camp, and thought about down there, but I wasn't too happy with it. There's just no cover, especially if somebody pulls up here for some reason. Across the track, that's really steep and crumbly, and it's poorly drained. Over here, well, look for a minute. Where am I camped? So I've taken broken sticks and honeysuckle, which is still green, and some young beech branches. See my bike's there. I've covered up the red of my trailer with a black garbage bag. Put my tent bag across the tent mechanism, and then I camouflaged everything as best I could. It just breaks up your eye and tells you you're looking at brush. It doesn't have to be perfect. I think if I had a brown or a green tarp on there, it might be better, it might be worse, because it'd be a uniform lump of shiny brown or green. So this is good. It'll get me by till tomorrow. It's supposed to rain tonight, late. I don't know how hard, but darkness is falling now and I'm feeling pretty good. Except when the train comes by, it is noisy, but I just roll over and go back to sleep. See the hills out there? See, this place is abandoned, or it's not a business anymore, it looks like, because it wasn't active when I pulled over. And it says keep out, but I don't know if you can see down there, there's a big old hole in that blue wall of fencing. Could have ducked in there, but it says keep out. There's no trespassing sign around here. So I'm hopeful that I'm far enough out in the sticks that the railroad guy won't pay any attention to me as he zips by. And if someone pulls up there, from that distance they're not going to see me. And that'll be good, especially as darkness falls. In the morning I'll get up and I'll break camp unless it's raining. And pedal on and cross that line into Tennessee. Time for some breakfast. It rained hard all night. Man, it was just for like 7 hours. I can't wait to see the rivers around here. This is just some cooking oil. Gotta make sure it's put back in its plastic bag, because I don't want that bottle leaking in my luggage. That's not a one-handed bottle. Take care of that later. What am I looking for? I always have a place that I can set the hot pot or pan on ready so I don't burn the tent floor. These things are still loose, so you gotta be mindful of that. We went low and slow this morning because the roads are soaking wet. There's no reason for me to charge out there and get on the road as quick as I can and get all splashed up. This is Old Folks, a local brand of sausage you buy in a plastic tube. It's got plenty of grease in it, like all sausage does, all that fat, but this pan has seen better days, so that's why I'm oiling it before I put the sausage in. Once the sausage gets hot, all the fat in it will melt. Oh, that's gonna be beautiful. See, for my viewers in that aren't in the USA, this is how we sell sausage sometimes. It's got a little metal clip here. So the sausage is pumped into these plastic sleeves and then sealed at the ends with metal clips. That's what you're looking at here. It's messy getting this thing off of there. That's how, oh, but it tastes real good. So they're spinning them out of oil so they all cook evenly. Well, I've had breakfast. Now I'm going to have lunch. This pie pan has worked so well to keep heat in and enable me to cook a lot more in the frying pan. Oh, look at that, my friends. Well, I've been here for too long, even though it's supposed to rain today. But the forecast just changed till it doesn't start raining, 100% chance till noon. So I'm going to make a break for Jellico, Tennessee, which is 6 miles away. I'm camped right next to this railroad, way too close. I've camoed the tent, but every time a train comes by, which is maybe twice a day, twice a night, it just shakes the whole tent, shakes the ground. I thought the track was inactive because I saw some repairs that needed to be made, and so now the train comes rumbling by and I'm thinking it's gonna derail and kill me. So, old blind guy Doug, I did not take your advice, but I haven't been hit by a train yet. I'm packing up, I'm getting out of here where the getting's good, and I should be just fine. It'll be good to move around because I've been here for 2 solid days and nights, and I'm running out of water. Although I did collect some as it rained and rained, so I've been harvesting and drinking Swiss Miss. I had biscuits and sausage and eggs, so nothing's wrong except I'm running out of charge and I got to take action. So the action is bolt for Jellico, Tennessee. Wish me luck. Well, there's where I was. Spotless. Look at the fog. And the beautiful hills. You see, I thought about it. And Kentucky has so many hills, they have hills on their hills. See what I mean? Alright, let's get pedaling. This is worth a look. What is it, Friday morning? The Mountainside Coal Company is got almost a full parking lot with employees. And I'm dodging between rain showers, trying to get to Jellico. That's 75 right there. That way south. You got these bumps in the road, so I have to be out in the road or back off the road, but every time I do that, when a car comes by, I get my teeth chattered by the bumps. But it's only 6 miles. And then I'm going to find a stealth camp, because by 2 p.m. it's supposed to be pouring rain. It's gotten so I'm looking every time. Beware of dog sign. So I gotta get some momentum going. Get the camera rolling in case I get attacked. Nope, I was wrong. I didn't have my glasses on. That's not a beware of dog sign. Maybe you can read it. Kind of obnoxious, not knowing if one of them, the last one was a pit bull, came barking, charging at me, but there was an invisible fence he couldn't cross. So you just don't know what's going to happen. So I'm going to put a rock in a sock as soon as I find a rock. And then I could take a swing at his head if he's about to chomp me. That ought to deter him a little. Whoever he is. Kitchen caught on fire one morning cooking breakfast. Never went back. Whew, I'm tired. See what a pain that is? And people going slow. Some of them know not to cross that line. The northern and middle parts of Kentucky I went through were prosperous and orderly and beautiful. I mean, it's the bluegrass country where they have music and horse racing going for them, and the universities. But this last 80 miles has been poverty and unmanaged dogs and kudzu, and it's tough. It's tough to see that little coal mine open again. It was a good thing, and I'm hoping that the meth wars don't continue and Kentucky, this part of it, begins to prosper again. Maybe they can invest in their shoulders of their roads and some invisible fence for their dogs. Look at that kudzu. That is just devastating. And the locals tell me it also hides a bunch of snakes. I wonder if goats will eat it. See the coal? Black and crumbly. And there are seams of it. What I'm looking for is a rock like this. This size. Put it in the sock, and that'll be my Kentucky Dog-Whomper. I know, it seems cruel, but I don't want to get chewed on. I'll only use it in an emergency. We put the bump and the bump, the bump, the bump. We put the ram and the ram. You're going right there, pal. At the ready. Look at that, even in the city, free-range dogs. In the city I've come to, I believe, is Jellico. See the Tennessee welcomes you sign? Campbell County. Jellico, Tennessee. As I said in an earlier video, my mom's people are from Tennessee. And she moved up when she was 5 years old with my grandpa, whose name was Charles Durham. And my middle name was Charles. Because of that, and I never knew him because he died a month after I was born, on his birthday. And the sweetest story was he had terminal cancer. And my mom asked, she was pregnant with me, how long do you want to live? He said, long enough to hold that baby in my arms. And he did. And being a devout Baptist, I'm sure he prayed for me. And one of the things is country people make sure that their sons know the woods and the water and hunting, fishing, and all those skills. And he wasn't going to be around to teach me that. So I'm sure that's part of what his prayer was about. That's also what I've learned through books, because my dad, bless his heart, we're different people. And his idea of nature is hanging out on a golf course, so. Anyway, that's a big part of my understanding of myself, is there was this transaction that put this desire into me. And my YouTube channel was started for my grandkids. If I'm not around or I don't see them, they can always look me up on YouTube and long after I'm gone and see how I interacted with nature and how much I loved it and how important it is, and exploring this big old world. It's just huge. There's so much going on. All right, I'm done pontificating.